This event, our summer gala, we haven't had this in person in 3 years, so thank you so much for coming out tonight. We are here for a very, very special occasion and a very special evening. Now, I would like to thank again for each and every one of you for coming out. For those of you here for your first JASG event, welcome and yokoso. We hope you enjoy tonight's festivities with us and become more acquainted with our organization. The Japan-America Society is a non-profit organization with the mission to promote the mutual understanding between the people of Japan and Georgia. We aspire not only to make Georgia a better place for Japanese and American businesses, but also to support programs and projects in public affairs, educational exchange, cultural exchange, and also social networking. I think tonight is all four of us tonight, right? But we certainly encourage all of you to join our membership if you're not members at this moment. And to all of our members, thank you so much for your continued support. And please do not hesitate to reach out to me or anyone at our office if we can do anything more to bring value for your membership. But at this time, it is my honor and my pleasure to introduce our chair and our vice chair of the society, Ms. Jessica Cork and Mr. Jim Whitcomb.
Thank you so much, Yoshi. And welcome everyone to the Japan-America Society of Georgia's 42nd Annual Dinner Gala. Again, I'm Jessica Cork, I'm chair of the society, and we have here Jim Whitcomb, our vice chair. We have some very special presentations and things to celebrate, so let's start with our first exciting news. On February 5th, 2001, representatives from the Japan-America Society of Georgia, the Japanese Chamber of Commerce of Georgia, the Consulate General of Japan in Atlanta, and Jetro Atlanta first sat down to discuss an idea, to build a symbol of U.S. friendship somewhere in Georgia. That idea soon became an ambitious dream to make a proper home for President Carter's Peace Bell by building a replica of the bell tower at Shoganji Temple in Konicho, Hiroshima, on the grounds of the Carter Center.
Yeah, well, Jessica, you know better than all of us, but I've also learned throughout this process, and this was a big dream. This was a lot. And Jessica took it on, so I want to first give you a big round of applause. You know, without the idea, the project wouldn't come. And the idea was presented. Yoshi-san worked very hard, of course, as many others did, but really, thank you very much. It's a very ambitious plan. You know, and in the future, we want every one of you to go out and ring the peace bell, okay? So you're going to go out to the Carter Center, you're going to see it there. It's absolutely gorgeous thanks to these four gentlemen here. So thank you once more very much to all our partners from Japan. Well, the community came together to do this. Without the financial support of our community and so many of you here, without you contributing your financial support, we could not do this, okay? So we have the idea, then we get financial support, then we get actual construction people that know how to do it, okay? And then it's executed on. And so it's been quite a journey. We've all enjoyed it, and we thank you all very much for participating in it. Thank you very much.
Really excited to let you know that it was actually earlier today that the temple was successfully completed at the Carter Center. So yeah, so that's like we actually had heard, interestingly enough, that it turns out that there were other attempts to have this tower constructed. And in fact, the Japanese Chamber of Commerce, the Japan-America Society, and the Consulate met to discuss this back in October of 1987. And then the town of Konicho also approached the Carter Center about a decade ago. And without knowing about those previous attempts, of course, we also had the idea a year ago. So there's actually a Japanese saying that I really want to share with you as part of this project. The Japanese saying is, Heiwa wa nagau yori tsukuru mono. Or in Japanese, peace is to be built, not just prayed for. So perhaps this project had to wait for this particular moment in time for all of us to work together and build this dream into a reality.
That's right. Jessica, I witnessed firsthand how much time this project took and how much hard work it took from a lot of people. All right, there were those that were on site, but again, I want to reiterate, a lot of people were off-site helping, and I would say that, you know, Nakato every day bringing food to us or otherwise preparing food when they're not used to doing it. The fundraising campaign started well over a year ago, and also what started a year ago. So you have this idea, you want to do this, right? How do you get it done? Well, the first thing you do is you need a permit. And in order to get a permit, you need somebody that knows how to get a permit. And I want to recognize right now Atwell Engineering and their team. It was 1 year ago we took our first picture, and Hank Wright and his team went out and they spent several hours surveying the land, making sure that the topography was good, but then also going to the proper authorities and getting approval to actually build this. And there's a long story behind that. It was not an easy approval process, but thank you to Hank Wright and Atwell. Job well done. But it's not just one person. I can't say enough about, there's so many people, and I know I'm going to miss names, but I want to bring one name up right here. Toyota handling the forklift company, they were so kind. Lee and the entire Josh, the staff, they brought us the equipment we needed to move very heavy items over long distances. And without Toyota forklifts, this wouldn't have happened either, because I just don't have that kind of muscle. Then these gentlemen from, and again, there's so many people, there are more people that I will recognize before the end of the evening, but I want to, again, look at our Japanese friends here who just came and knocked it out of the park. I mean, they went, and let me tell you, this is going to be a little bit embarrassing. I like to think I have a good work ethic. Okay, I get up early, I work hard, I stay up late. But I'll be honest with you, I could not keep up with these guys. Now, I would show up, but these guys work like nothing. I want to give them a big round of applause. I'd say, hey, let's have a little QK, man. Let's take a little break. No, we're going to work. We're going to work more. Okay, so these guys just, and by the way, Jessica, I didn't tell you this, but throughout this whole process, I got fired many times, right? But the good news is they rehired me after each firing. So, anyway.
I remember, I just want to go off script here, with the night that Miyata-san and Hinata-san arrived, they got off the airplane, we drove all the way to the hotel, like 45 minutes through Atlanta traffic, and then they asked Yoshi and I, can we go to the Carter Center tonight to take a look at the building? And we were like, really? No, you should rest tonight. So that's how dedicated they were to the process. But anyway, what we would like to do now, we put together a short video to show you, where you're going to see in 4 minutes the construction from start to finish. So let's get the video teed up. again, just like to thank all of our partners, the Consulate General of Japan in Atlanta, Japanese Chamber, the JETRO, the Cities of America, Sumiyoshi, and of course all the sponsors, volunteers, and everybody who believed in us along the way. I really do want to name every single person that's helped us out. We would be here all night if I were to go through the entire list, but we couldn't have done it without you. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I would also especially like to thank President Carter and the Carter Center for all the wonderful work that you do in building peace around the world, and that is really what inspired this project to begin with. And so at this time, I'd like to ask our Senior Associate Director of Principal Gifts Development of Asia for the Carter Center, Megan Martz, to come up and make a few remarks.
Thank you so much for having me here this evening. It is an absolute honor to represent the Carter Center here tonight. We have had just the most exciting year going on with the Carter Center's relationships with Japan, and this is this Peace Bell, as you've seen the videos for and you've heard about over time, and you supported making that happen, has been so special to all of us. I'm pregnant and I'm emotional, but hearing that you saw the video, it's beautiful. It's more beautiful in person even, and getting to hear the bell ring for the first time the other day, after what we're assuming is since World War II, this bell that is meant to be a symbol of peace in the world, hearing it ring for the first time was really emotional for so many of us. We are at the Carter Center on behalf of our CEO, Paige Alexander, our chairman of our board, Jason Carter, and of course President and Mrs. Carter, but also all of my colleagues in Atlanta and the thousands around the world. Thank you so much, thank you all, for this symbol of peace. I loved the message that you said, that peace is built, it's not prayed for. One of the Carter Center's motto is waging peace, fighting disease, and building hope. And so to hear that this week from Jessica about peace being built, that's what we work so hard to do. So thank you so much for supporting that. Like I said, we're so excited for the ribbon cutting for it. My colleagues have been reaching out to me constantly to know when it's going to be ready and when they can have their chance to ring the bell. You know, part of the design that the team, this wonderful committee that has worked so hard for the past 18 months has put together includes these beautiful benches so that, you know, not just the Carter Center staff, but the public too, can come out there and sit and contemplate on this bell, its history, and what it means now, and what it can mean for us for the future. And so thank you so much. Please come out, ring the bell. Come on Saturday for the farmers market, get a coffee, and just sit there and think about, you know, what this means and the generations that this has been that have been a part of this over the years, for this bell to be so old and so special, and to now be here in Atlanta where we can enjoy it and think about it. So thank you so much for that. I also want to say, as I had mentioned, this has been a big year for the Carter Center in Japan. We just found out recently that the Carter Center has been awarded the Hideo Noguchi Prize for medical services in Africa, and this is a great honor. It was we were selected by the Prime Minister of Japan, was the final selector on the committee, and it is for our program, our guinea worm eradication program, which is working to hopefully eradicate, the second disease eradicated after smallpox, guinea worm disease, which is the terrible parasite. And we would not have won this award if, I have to once again brag on Jessica, your chair, who has not only done so much to help with the bell, but also let us know about the prize and helped assist with YKK's nomination of the Carter Center. And then our wonderful Consul General nominated us as well, and we're so thankful for that. The prize comes with 100 million yen towards our work, which brings Japan into the top 5, over $20 million over the years towards our disease eradication programs. So we are so thankful. So the Carter Center's work, our peace programs and our health programs are our two pillars, and our partnership and our friendships with Japan and the Japanese community in Georgia have been a part of that from the very beginning. So thank you all so much. We really appreciate you.
Now it's time to honor some special guests. We would like to invite Mr. Kondo to come up here, please, along with Mr. Hirata, Mr. Koyama, Mr. Miyaguchi. Please come up here.
Kondo-san and Hirata-san, Koyama-san and Miyaguchi-san, thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. 本当にありがとうございました。ありがとうございました。ありがとうございます。We would like to make a special presentation to you. So we have this plaque, okay, and it says in English, the Japan America Society of Georgia hereby presents Kondo Construction Company with this award of appreciation in recognition for its enduring dedication and passion in promoting peace and friendship between the people of Japan and the United States through the Georgia-Japan Peace Bell Project on the 16th day of August 2022. 日本語で日米協会は2022年8月16日、ジョージア日本平和の神プロジェクトを通じて、日米両国民の平和と友好を促進するための永続的な献身と情熱に感謝し、ここに本土建設有限会社に感謝状を贈呈いたします。
The Carter Center has a few special presents for them, but this is my favorite one. This is a book that we have about the woodworking craftsmanship of President Carter. Many of you may not know that President Carter in his spare time, among many other things, has been an avid woodworker, and some of the same techniques that our wonderful craftsmen who've used for the Peace Bell Tower are techniques that he uses as well in terms of joinery and his woodwork. And so as a thank you, I have for each of our craftsmen a book, The Craftsmanship of Jimmy Carter, about his woodworking, and it is signed by President Carter to them. Thank you for their work.
And then in addition to the award of appreciation, we also have some personal gifts from the Japan America Society and the people of Georgia to present. And so this was, can you explain to everybody what is in these bags?
What is in these bags? Well, yeah, very quickly, guys. So there are little tools in here, right? All right. Now, not as nice as your tools, but we've got a few things. We've got some glue. They use a lot of glue. Okay? We've got a nice little carpenter's square. Beautiful. Makes things nice and straight. Tim, keep those lines straight. Gloves, everything, all kinds of stuff. And then one very special thing. We've got tape. They love the tape. Oh. Okay. So So there's a lot of little things in here for them, and I think they're going to enjoy them back in Japan and hopefully remember what we did here.
Please let me ask our guests from the Georgia-Japan Legislative Caucus to come forward for the next presentation. Let's welcome Representative Terry Anelowitz, Tom Taylor, and Sandy Jordan. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I am State Representative Terry Anelowitz, and I am the House co-chair of the Georgia-Japan Caucus, and I'm here tonight on behalf of my fellow co-chairs, House Representative David Knight, Senator Kay Kirkpatrick, and Senator Sally Harrell, and they send their regrets that they are not able to be with us tonight for this very momentous occasion. I'm here with my partners in our friendship, Sandy Reardon with Taylor English, former State Representative Tom Taylor, and we're here to, I want to take one moment to talk about just the history of how Georgia, of course, Japan is Georgia's largest trading partner. We have a friendship that dates back many, many years. I'm one of the state representatives who has been fortunate enough to go on a trade visit to Japan. I was able to go in November of 2019, along with another one of my very esteemed colleagues, Dean Calvin Smyrie, the longest, now soon to be Ambassador Calvin Smyrie, who sends his regards as well. But through my time in the Georgia-Japan Caucus, I have gotten to become friends with some of our wonderful Japanese visitors and business leaders and diplomats here in Georgia. And someone who I would like to especially recognize tonight is Kenji Inui, who is leaving Georgia in just a couple of days. But I'd like for us to give our recognition to Kenji-san, who's been absolutely a fantastic friend. I'd like to invite Councilman Takeuchi, recognize him to come join us also. We have something very special for Kenji tonight, and that is to recognize and proclaim him as an honorary Georgia citizen. Wow. To serve as a goodwill ambassador throughout the world. Thank you so much for your friendship. Yes, I will take a moment. So, may this outstanding citizen be afforded every courtesy as a goodwill ambassador from Georgia in his travels to other states, to nations beyond the borders of the United States of America, or wherever he may hereafter travel or reside. Thank you for your service to our state. Thank you.
One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Congratulations, Consul Inouye. We thank you for all of your hard work and support you have provided us during your time in Georgia, and I can't think of anyone who deserves that more. Please come back. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Representative Inouye, Georgia-Japan Caucus, Legislative Caucus, Japan-American Society, and all the members of the Japan-American Society here, City of Atlanta, my friends, partners, my mentors, supporters, and who have given me all the support, assistance, mentorship, and guidance. And I thank you very much to you all. And I just can't name each and every one of you, and I can't name each and one of the occasions that I have had the privilege of being part of. but looking back, the 2 years and 9 months of my stay in Georgia, it has always been a wonderful experience, new and refreshing experiencing that I've had, and so rewarding, and it has changed me a lot in a lot of different ways, and I will never forget any experience that I had, and as Representative Anu said, I'm leaving Georgia pretty shortly, to be precise, on this coming Thursday. So I technically have only 48 hours before my departure. So I will miss you all, and now I'm going to Sri Lanka for my next diplomatic stint, and it's going to be a challenging and exciting place to be. But Atlanta, Georgia, and all the people that I met here will always remain in my heart. And I will probably leave my heart with you here, and only my body will go to Sri Lanka. And I have already put Atlanta on my bucket list, on top of my bucket list. I would definitely come back here and meet you all again. I would never say goodbye. I would just say, see you again soon. Thank you very much.
And then last but not least, we would like to celebrate one more momentous milestone, and that was 51 years ago. At the age of 64, Ms. Tetsuko Nakato first traveled from Japan to the United States to visit her son. Together they toured the southern U.S., and Mrs. Nakato fell in love with Atlanta. She returned home to tell her family that not only had she purchased land, but a restaurant, and she would be opening a Japanese restaurant in Atlanta. She had never worked or run a restaurant before, and she spoke very little English. But that didn't stop her, and when she and her daughter returned to Atlanta and opened Nakato, it consisted of teppanyaki tables, several traditional tatami rooms, and a tempura bar. Today, 50 years later, Nakato Japanese Restaurant features a large teppanyaki room, a stunning garden dining room overlooking a Japanese garden, sushi bar, and 3 tatami rooms, perfect for omakase dining experience. So it is our honor to celebrate Nakato Japanese Restaurant's 50th anniversary. So with a round of applause, let's welcome and wish a happy anniversary to Sachio Nakato. I'll read it to all of you. It says the Japan American Society of Georgia congratulates Nakato Japanese Restaurant on its 50th anniversary and promoting peace and friendship between the people of Japan and the United States.
Thank you so much for this beautiful honor. I have tons of stories of my grandmother who started the restaurant back in 1972, and at that moment, actually, Governor Carter was the head lead in trying to get international relations started for the city of Atlanta and Georgia as a state as a whole. And I remember hearing about my grandmother's meetings with YKK president back then in the tatami rooms, contemplating on how the Japanese and US relations can grow into something beautiful. And I was inspired by hearing all those stories and to be here in your presence with so many people who have supported us during our 50 years. I thank you so very much, and we are blessed to be here, especially after 2020. Without the support of everyone here, and I also wanted to give thanks to my staff, my long-term staff who has been with us for 20, 30 years. Thank you so very much. And we are honored to be here, and thank you so very much for all of your support over the 50 years. And with the Peace Bell project going on, it's a full circle, and I think my grandmother's looking down on us, very proud, and thank you. We appreciate your support.
many emotional moments tonight. I'm a bit at loss what to say. But anyway, Excellencies, it is my huge honor to be given a role of a host in this great club. I have to say that I didn't know JASG has a summer gala up until quite a recent time, because my arrival here was September 2019, and for 2020 and 2021, summer was virtually non-existent. Moreover, I'm away for Atlanta for 3 weeks leave from this Friday, so it's just in time for me to make some remarks here. And, actually, I'm quite happy to see that we have a lot to come for JASG in the latter half of this year, and take everything back which we missed during the empty COVID period. And we have just been informed that we have seen completion of the Peace Bell Tower. And we all know that the work has been going on with the cooperation of 4 experts from Miyoshi City, Kondo-san, Koyama-san, Hirata-san, and Miyaguchi-san. Once again, please give them a round of applause. And I'd like to thank JASG for their hard work and leadership on the project. And I also heartily appreciate dedicated cooperation from the Carter Center. And the rest, I join Jessica's comment in appreciating all the cooperation we've got from many people. And I cannot start, and I would like to thank all who made this happen. The ribbon cutting ceremony will be coming in September, but I cannot wait to see the great project come true. I look forward to seeing you, as many distinguished guests tonight as possible then. Next, I have to touch upon Japan Fest, which is to be held in person in mid-September for the first time in the last 3 years. And moreover, it is celebrating its 31st anniversary. Japan Fest is the biggest Japanese event in the Southeast, but moreover, for me, it's so important as it is the first event in the Southeast I was involved in after my arrival at Atlanta in 2019. I'm excited to see the huge guests come back for enjoying Japan. And in this context of Southeast, we will have first Southeast Swiss Japan Joint Congress for 3 years later in November. Right after that, we will go down to our winter gala. How nice it is to see everything going on. And I stop here to release all of you from the ceremonial part. Please take up the glass to join me for the toast. For wonderful and constructive and growing relationship between the state of Georgia and Japan. Kanpai.
Well, thank you so much, Consul General. We really appreciate all of your support. The Peace Bell Project and everything we do would not be possible without your blessing and your support from all of your staff members and the office. So thank you so much. But ladies and gentlemen, I know that was a lot of things to celebrate, and I won't speak anymore, but please enjoy your dinner, and dessert's coming up soon, and the bars are open, so let's party tonight and have fun. Thank you so much, everyone.